Have you ever heard a sound so familiar, it felt like a part of you, but knew it couldn't be? We had found our peace on the driftwood, our houseboat on Lake Serenity. But peace, I learned, can be fragile. Especially when the night starts to walk. Ben and I had settled into our usual evening rhythm. The warm glow of the cabin, the gentle sway of the driftwood on Lake Serenity. It was our sanctuary. Our quiet escape. Then, a soft thud. It came from the deck, just outside our cabin on the driftwood. I paused, tilting my head. Ben didn't even notice. Just the wind, I murmured to myself. Or maybe a branch. I tried to go back to my book, but my mind kept drifting to the deck. To that sound. A second, softer thud came a few minutes later. Ben was humming now, oblivious. I told myself it was just the houseboat settling on Lake Serenity. Wood groaning. Nothing more. Then it wasn't just a thud. It was a rhythm. A distinct, low thud, drag, thud. On the wooden deck of the driftwood. Not the random creaks of a boat. Not the wind. This was as patterned. And it was coming from a very specific place, near the stern, overlooking Lake Serenity. I nudged Ben. Did you hear that? He finally looked up. Hear what, love? I tried to mimic the sound. Thud, drag, thud. He frowned. Probably a branch snagged on the stern, Alex. Or a loose rope. It's windy sometimes on Lake Serenity. But the cadence was too distinct. Too human. I grabbed a flashlight and stepped onto the deck of the driftwood. The cool night air of Lake Serenity hit me. Nothing. No branch. No loose rope. And the sound? It stopped the moment I opened the door. The deck was empty. Silent. The driftwood felt small then, adrift on the vast, dark expanse of Lake Serenity. Miles from shore, no other boats in sight. Just us. And whatever was out there. The night deepened, swallowing all sound, all hope of casual explanation. We were utterly alone. Then, it started again. Louder this time. Thud, drag, thud. Right outside our cabin on the driftwood. No denying it now. These were footsteps. A distinct, uneven gait. And they were moving slowly, deliberately, across our deck, overlooking Lake Serenity. We crept to the window, peering through the condensation. The deck of the driftwood was empty. The moonlight on Lake Serenity showed nothing but still water and dark wood. The moment we looked, the footsteps ceased. It was like a cruel game. Finding nothing was worse than finding something. But that cadence, thud, drag, thud. It tugged at a distant memory. Something from childhood, from a time I barely remembered. A limp. A specific, uneven walk I'd known. I tried to push it away. Why would that be here, on the driftwood, on Lake Serenity? The footsteps returned. And this time, they weren't just a rhythm. They matched. Exactly. The thud, drag, thud of that long-forgotten gait. It was unmistakable. pacing the deck of the driftwood, right outside our bedroom window, facing the dark expanse of Lake Serenity. This wasn't the wind. This wasn't a branch. This was someone. Or something. Mimicking a memory. Ben went around, checking every lock, every latch on the driftwood. He sealed the doors, pulled the curtains tight. We tried to convince ourselves it was over. That whatever it was, it couldn't get in. That we were safe, tucked away on Lake Serenity. But the quiet didn't last. A new sound. A soft, rhythmic tap. Tap. Not on the deck this time, but on the glass of our cabin window, overlooking Lake Serenity. Right where Ben had just drawn the curtains. It was closer. It was trying to get in. To us, inside the driftwood. The tapping moved. From the main cabin window of the driftwood, to the hallway, then to our bedroom. It was following us. Tracking our movements. We backed away, stumbling through the small space, desperate to escape its attention. The silence of Lake Serenity mocked us. Ben was frantic. "We have to go, Alex. We need to get off the driftwood, now." But I felt a strange pull. That gate. That familiarity. It felt like a riddle. A horrible, terrifying riddle I suddenly needed to solve. What was it? Why was it here on Lake Serenity? I crept to the deck door, Ben right behind me. Pushed it open just a crack. The moonlight on Lake Serenity illuminated a small section of the wet wood. And there it was. Not just a wet patch. A clear, distinct imprint. A footprint. But it wasn't a boot. It was bare. And it had an unmistakable, uneven pressure mark. The thud-drag-thud. On the deck of the driftwood. From a bare foot. As I stared at the imprint, a new sound. Not outside. Inside. A soft, wet thud-drag-thud. From the far end of the hallway of the driftwood. The same gate. It was in our home. It had bypassed the locks, the walls, the lake. It was here, with us. On Lake Serenity, but inside the driftwood. Ben grabbed my hand, pulling me towards the front door. "We have to go. Now." But I stopped. I couldn't. Not yet. I knew that gate. I just knew it. It was mine. My limp from an old injury. I had to see. I had to face it, whatever it was. On the driftwood, on Lake Serenity, I made a choice. The wrong one. I rounded the corner into the galley of the driftwood. And there it was. A figure. Shimmering, indistinct, like water in moonlight, but undeniably there. It was facing away from me, towards the window overlooking Lake Serenity. And it had my gait. My exact, old limp. But it wasn't me. It was a distortion. A hollow echo. A thing made of my own familiarity, turned monstrous. Ben pulled me back, shouting. We scrambled for the front of the driftwood, towards the engine. "Start it. Get out." The figure didn't pursue us with speed, but with an unnerving, deliberate pace. Thud-drag-thud. It was everywhere. Its presence filled the houseboat, even as it stayed in the galley. We had to escape Lake Serenity. We never looked back at the driftwood. We just kept going across Lake Serenity until the sun came up. We abandoned it, everything we owned, to that shimmering echo. That thing that wore my gait like a shroud. And I knew, even then, that it hadn't stayed on the driftwood. It had simply found its way home.